And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL Frontline in the Trenches. This is your wrestling recap, and this time it's going to be preview show for the FPL Frontline Prediction League. It is Frontline League on Twitter, and of course, Frontline Prediction League, this very YouTube channel. You can like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff here, but also go into the Discord link down below, and you'll get through to our Discord to see all the fun stuff that we do, and we'll talk more about that as we go, as we talk about the upcoming shows, because your co-host Scott, am joined by BeerMe, as always. How you doing today, BeerMe?
I'm doing better. It's except it's like hot here, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. As we always mention this before, I'm always tired. I'm not actually tired this time. I'm just drained because I have zero energy because it's been very busy at work. But longtime listeners to both this and Top of the Card Pod is our wrestling podcast with the two of us, as well as the other owners of the FPL, CT, Red, and GMSG. You'll know that for the past month or so, BeerMe's been saying he's fighting allergy season. He didn't say that this time.
Yep.
You even said it last night during the podcast. So you're finally getting over it? It's finally a thing of the past?
No, they're just more manageable today.
Oh, okay.
So, it's still there. They haven't flared up quite as much.
That's good. So it's, how long is allergy season? Because I'm not allergic to that stuff, but like the spring.
Yeah, the spring, summer it tones down, and then in the fall it ramps back up when all the crops get picked and stuff, and all that shit goes in the air.
Nice.
So yeah,
doesn't sound like fun.
it's definitely not. Your eyes dry out, they get all itchy. You feel like your nose is running 24/7. It's pretty awful.
Lovely. That sounds great. But yeah, it's good that you're not dealing with it today, because we do have a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Not that it would matter, because we talk about the stuff anyway. But it is going forward, because WrestleMania Backlash was last 2 weekends ago, and we're coming up on the busy early summer, because we've got Double or Nothing, as you can see on your screen, May 29th, and then we've got In Your House, yes, confirmed, on June 4th, followed by Hell in a Cell on June 5th. Yep, we're doing a back-to-back. 2 main shows. Here we go. And then we go over with Double or Nothing. It leads to Forbidden Door. That's the one. On the 18th or 26th. And then we have, and then there's Money in the Bank. And there's a lot. We're going to be busy because we're going to be recapping multiple shows while previewing shows, like week after. It's been a while since we had to do that.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna be pretty much going through Murderer's Row pay-per-views.
Yeah. So far they look fun, and we've got some fun stuff for our versions too. As always, Double or Nothing, AEW stuff, Impact stuff, ROH stuff if it comes back, which it looks like it will. That's all house show stuff. Those are shows that, quote, don't matter as far as for your standings and title implications and things like that. We also don't book things of importance there to the major thing. And what I mean by that is you're not going to earn a title shot off of a Double or Nothing or off of an All Out or a Rebellion. Like, we're going to be like, oh, let's see if you can earn a title shot from that. So say there's a match on here where I'm facing somebody and that person beats me, okay, well, can they do it on the main show? Like, we look at a bit of that. Not immediately, but we look at that kind of thing to see how can they work it. Can you do it when it counts? Is that kind of thing? Because a lot of people don't watch AEW, don't watch ROH, don't watch WWE. We get that one, but at least that one's the worldwide. That's the big one. I know this is going to sound like we're talking about AEW versus the rest, blah, 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 blah. But it's more a case like some people just don't have as wide availability of this stuff. And I'm saying a lot of this for those hopeful newcomers coming through the Forbidden Door, because we've got that with a War Room that just went up this week. This is a very busy week for us because of podcasts and War Room. Go check out that War Room. It's the most prior video to this one here on the channel. And what that basically is us going into full detail for about 20 minutes as far as how that show is going to work in the FPL. If you have any suggestions or ideas or anything, go to CT. I called him the Forbidden Door man. He's the one who does all that stuff. He's taking care of it. He's booking it, basically. And even coordinating when things might happen on shows, if they do, because we don't want to overflood that and make it where it loses its kind of shine and luster. But Yeah, check that one out. It's about 20 minutes detailing everything, and you can even hear some behind the scenes on how it came about. And again, big props to former world champion James Costner, who was the world champion at that time, going out there and recruiting basically a dozen people to come be involved. So huge thanks to him for that. But bear with me, we gotta get through this one because next weekend, not this one, but next is Double or Nothing. It is on Sunday. I had to double check my screen here. Sunday, May 29th. That means after Dynamite. Actually, it means after Rampage, probably. We're going to probably have Rampage come out and then put the picks page because there's time. It's not a Saturday show. Yeah. But keep that in mind. We'll have more detail on that. At least on next week's Trenches, we'll know what it is because CT will probably be watching this one and then tell me and we'll know for next time. But your picks page will be up. You put your picks in. You're good to go from there. It is 8 o'clock. Their pre-show usually is like a half hour to an hour, so 7:30 or 7, meaning your deadline is 6:30 or 6 Eastern. Put your picks in by that point. If not, there's that 15-minute window, but a -5, so we don't want you to miss it, but you might lose because you're late, and we had to rejigger the booking, things like that. Please get your picks in. We'll remind you always. But this one's going to be fun, BeerMe, because next weekend we've got a lot of matches we're doing. I've got 4 matches to announce, and you've got 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so what we'll do next weekend, or next week rather, is we'll go through the full card and the full breakdown who we think is going to win. Because no sense doing it now. We'll just do it again next week. We'll talk a little bit about it and get some ideas and a little bit of interesting stuff, but we'll really see what is coming up next week. But the main card so far, the main match is the Stadium Stampede. It is a hardcore match, as stipulation-wise. Dakota Alfine, Ralentando, Broken Nerd, Kier 1, and Payne versus Honor Club. Rate Wrestle, Alexander McKennedy, Smooth Rock, and Victoria Fiore. You'll notice the American champion Broken Nerd is in there, as is the Canadian champion Smooth Rock on opposite sides of that match. As well as former Canadian champion Ralentando and former American champion Alexander McKennedy. Kind of interesting that they're on either side, considering the people they took him from are on the other team. It's very, very cool. Very, very fun. That's going to be fun. We'll talk more about that next time, like I said. We have a water slide death match. Because slide. RGX versus Jonathan C.T. Martin. We have Redhead 12 versus Sebastian Escobar versus Sheriff Dog, which came about from the character chat. I say always go into our Discord through the link down below. You can go into our character chat once you've signed up, and you can go in there and put character promos in. It can be typed. It can be audio. We haven't really had this like podcast types, but audio ones or full-on video ones like we've done. You can do editing or just do it off your phone, whatever you want to do. All is welcome. The one silly thing, BeerMe, I always want to remind people is don't get hung up on things like typos and stuff, because treat every promo like it's actually like you're watching the promo. Don't make fun of people for getting a typo or grammar, because it's not supposed to be all typed. It's not like a chat room type of promo space, if that makes sense. I know people kind of lose their way sometimes, and it does become that, and it makes sense. I know. But try to keep it as promo-like as you can. Don't be like, lol. You wouldn't have a promo that's that, that kind of thing. So let's keep them good like that. But BeerMe, that's the majority here, because the rest are all these question marks because we don't have any other matches announced. So I'm going to scroll back up here to the Double or Nothing graphic, and I'm going to bring up my reminder page thing here that I've got. Since I've got 4, I'll go first. I'll say right out of the gate, we do have a 21-man and woman Casino Battle Royale. That will be happening at Double or Nothing. Regardless of whether they do one or not, it's a bit of tradition, so we're going to have one. We will draw the names during next week's Trenches, so keep on for that. Basically, everybody's eligible as long as you were at, I think, Mania and Backlash. That's pretty much our only criteria. If you were on those 2, you're good. That's it. Yeah. I hope I'm in that. I haven't won a single battle royal yet, ever. You've won a couple, right?
I've won 1.
Bastion's won a couple. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. And he's been the Joker each time. So
he could be the Joker again. Well, I mean, he could be, because there's not really anything on the line for this. You're not going to earn anything. I will probably make sure you're booked well in ways, because you won a battle royal. Hey! Like, it's that kind of thing, but there's nothing specific like, you get a title shot. No. But it will, like, if some new guy comes in or someone who's down into luck wins it, cool. You kind of leapfrog a little bit. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what happens. And if you capitalize on it, awesome. That's really it. Like there's no specific, you will get a match with X or whatever, right? I said that's a weird way to say it. We have a wrestler called X. But you know what I mean. It's that kind of thing. So, but yeah, so that match is there. What have you got to announce?
Let's see. Which one do I want to announce first? All right. We'll do... All right, Scott. We'll do your match first. It's going to be you, Scott. You're going to be taking on Monkey Ball.
That's right. This one I didn't forget about. I knew this one for a while. I might have already got most of it written, which is a thing to pull back the curtain. We've got most of these upcoming things, like match assignments, already figured out. So we might have matches written that we haven't announced yet. Because we got to. Because they're going to be weekly goddamn shows, including 2 on a weekend. I have to win that. But it's Monkey Bong. So.
Right. Could look on a promo for that, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh god. Yeah, I promise. Right. Monkey Bong, I promise you I will do a promo that will be somewhat worth it, I hope. I don't know what it will be, I can tell you that right now, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, I can do turnabout as fair play here for you, BeerMe. Because your match at Double or Nothing is you, obviously, versus Roman Pierce.
Oh, shit.
The American contender himself, who will go into Hell in a Cell a week after to try to take the American title off of Broken Nerd. He faces you as a warm-up.
That's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, and violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my work cut out for me.
What do you got? What else you got? What else you got? We're gonna just whip through these because.
Yeah. How do I fall through? Okay.
Yeah.
I got the Brits. That's Pop Snooch, J Mac, and the Gaffer.
Yep.
They will be taking on La Familia, James Black, Detrick Cyrus, and the Alpha Dog. Will the Brits go 2-0 in trios matches?
The Brits are going into the deep end immediately here. The Brits are coming. Yes. They. There's no beating around the bush here. They're immediately thrown in, and a win over Honor Club is a very, very good thing. So we'll see what happens here. Again, it's a house show. But you win here, we see what happens, right? So, yeah, that's awesome. I like that match. I like the Brits coming in there and wrecking shop as quick as they can. They lost to us, but they didn't. It wasn't 3-on-3 full Infinity versus. It was just the two of us, so who knows? Maybe they would have beaten all three. Who knows? Who knows?
They did beat Honor Club, so that's kind of big.
Yep.
So.
The next match, I'll just keep talking about FBU people. I got the GMSG's match. He is facing Theodore Dr. Seuss Geisel. And for those who know that name, that is the real name of Dr. Seuss, Theodore Geisel. Yeah, new guy coming in. He was interested with the door stuff and didn't want to wait. So he's here. He's come in, a bit of an advanced scout, and he's on the roster, basically going against GMSG, the guy who does the stats. So there's a bit of a rite of passage in that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I don't know what his pick base is, but
Crazy
kind of want to know if he
Steve.
gets one.
He's looking for Crazy Steve as the possibility if he sticks around.
And that's pretty wild.
It's who we're looking at possibly for that. So yeah.
That's cool. All right. I mean, I can't really top that, but I'm gonna try. We got CJ Hawk, the world champion.
Yeah.
He'll be taking on the monster Wookie.
Ooh, Wookie kind of low key doing really well, right? Like it's a bit out of nowhere, but we're gonna run with it and see how far this goes. I'm on board with that. I like that a lot because we've wanted Wookie to do well for a long time. I say that like we don't want others. We want everybody to do well for a long time, but it's fun when you have a monster character who's successful. Like that helps, right? So
yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I like that a lot. Let's see. The last match I've got for Double or Nothing is going to be violent. It is Jace of Blades and Atlas Kiyama, collectively known as Black Cross Light, versus
I dig that name.
versus the Strays, Michael Marsh and Supreme Rock.
Oh man, yeah, that is going to be violent.
There's some good violence in that. No, doesn't even need a stipulation. It's just going to be very violent. I like.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been high on the Strays. They do very, very well. That team should do very well as well. But I don't know, Jason Blades and Atlas. I don't know this. This is cool. This is another team. Let's go. You got another team in the division, BeerMe.
Yeah,
It's
true.
They could be coming for you.
They could.
So
They could. It's very true.
So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's Double or Nothing. We're not going to dwell much on this. We will go through the full card and who we think will win, and of course draw the names for the Battle Royal next week. But we got more to announce because we're going to go down here and show you that, yeah, we got In Your House. We don't have a banner for this one yet because we just got this confirmed like this week, last week, and we haven't decided a song yet, so we're working on that. There's nothing announced yet, but I do have one. I have 2 matches to announce. The first one, BeerMe, is actually your match. It is Shades and Smiles, CJ Hawk and Lexi Briggs, the world champion CJ Hawk, versus the Musty Good Guys, the tag champions, BeerMe Jesus and the GMSG. That match is moving from Hell in a Cell.
All right.
So it's moved from there to In Your House. And all I'll say there is it's to free up some possibilities at Hell in a Cell with the people involved. It's all I'll say. All I'll say. We'll get there. Don't worry. What do you have to announce for this? Oh, would you want to speak about your match? I guess I should let you do that.
No. We'll save that.
Okay.
But it makes sense why it was moved because I have a FPL World Championship #1 contenders match.
Oh, funny that.
It's going to be Chef Urban.
Yep.
Versus J-Mac.
That's a Brit.
Versus Modstep in a triple threat.
Ooh, yes. #1 contender.
#1 contender.
For the world.
Yep. That's what it says here.
So, Modstep, the man who's come oh so close and yet not really fallen so far, but has come up short. J-Mac, who's low-key been, I said that low-key's my new word today, apparently. 2 words, technically. Has been doing stupid awesome good and earned this shot, along with Chef Urban, who, like, this could be it. He could capitalize and win it all through this, right? Like, this could be it. He could come in as the guy to upset everything. I don't mean that in a negative way, but, like, he's been the guy coming through, I almost said Loki again, underdog type person who, like, is this winning despite people not really... People are sleeping on Urban. We even, like, he's doing well, but that opportunity hasn't presented itself, and here it is. So,
right.
We'll talk more about that as we get there, but who do you think, this is a weird question for you, I know, who's got the best chance of beating Hawk? Not who's going to win the triple threat, but who do you think of these 3 has the best chance of beating Hawk? The unknown in J-Mac, really, like, in this level. Chef Urban, the known commodity, or Modstep, the very different known commodity? Who do you think would have the best shot?
I would say J-Mac.
Yeah?
Because it's unknown. Don't really know what he's going to bring to the table.
I like that.
You kind of get an idea of what you're getting with Modstep and Urban. So, I mean, I'm not saying that they can't pull different things out of their bags, because they can't. They're really good. But I'm just saying, with J-Mac, you don't really know what you have yet.
Okay. I like it. We'll talk more about who we think is going to win that match and what we have going on there, because Double or Nothing has to happen first. But the other match I have to announce is Tino versus the Arbiter. Will also happen In Your House. Yeah, there's that noise. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think's going to win that? I know we'll talk more later. We'll change our minds, but do you think Tino time? Tino time hasn't been a thing for a while. He's been close but not for a little while now. So
still in that tournament. So
yep.
I feel like he kind of has. I feel like he needs to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Arbiter just won like his first match in a while. So I mean, this could be a roll. This could be a roll for him, or Warden. Now that we know who it is,
yeah,
definitely could be a roll for him. So you know what? I'm actually going to go on a limb. I'm going to say that it's Warden that beats Tino.
Okay.
But Tino could win the has a good chance of winning that tournament. So.
True. Do you have any more for In Your House?
Nope. I got Hell in a Cell next.
You got Hell in a Cell. Well, let's scroll down here and go. There is Hell in a Cell. And we get that ready here, like so. And I don't have anything for Hell in a Cell.
Before we start it, though, who do you think has the best chance of beating Hawk out of that
triple
threat?
Because
you asked me, but
yeah, fair. I'm Urban. I mean,
that's fair.
I think Urban's going to capitalize on it. J-Mac is the obvious dark horse, and he could just win it and be like, "Oh my God, he did it." But I'm thinking Urban. Urban would have the best shot. Is he going to win a triple threat? I don't know. That's the scary part. It's a takeover, basically, triple threat match. Oh, it's dangerous. That might not be the right spot for him to get that chance, right? But I don't know. But I think Urban would be the best chance to win the belt at Hell in a Cell. So, if anyone would, because Hawk has been crazy good too. But we'll talk that when we get towards Hell in a Cell, if that happens. I don't have any Hell in a Cell matches though, BeerMe, but you've got one, you said, right?
Yep.
What have you got?
And it will be CJ Hawk taking on the winner of the triple threat match.
There we go. Obviously, we kind of
It doesn't say it's a Hell in a Cell match, so I'm assuming that it's a regular match. It just says a World Championship match.
It will be normal simply because we already have three. There's like 2 or 3 Hell in a Cells. Adding a Hell in a Cell for his first defense gets a challenger determined that quick the night before. Nah. That's not cool. That's not right. That doesn't make much sense. It's a normal defense is going to go. The cell itself is in there with things like the FPL American title with Broken Nerd and Roman Pierce. The Canadian title is not Hell in a Cell match, but if I keep scrolling through, there it is. Costner and Black are Hell in a Cell, and then Sheriff Dog and the Midnight Rider are Hell in a Cell. So we got 3. That's plenty. We're good. That's an I Quit match, by the way. The rest of the card does have the Canadian title, Watson Rules, Smooth Rock, and Sebastian Escobar. The non-title match, as we just mentioned, Shades and Smiles versus the Must See Good Guys. And then the North American Clash Round 2, Mad Elite versus Detrick in a death match. And Canadian side, Tino versus Cam versus Monkey Bong is mentioned in the Watson Rules. And as well, we have nothing else announced yet. So there you go. Well, we'll get there. That's not till June 5th, so we have a little ways to go before we get to that one. Do you have any other Hell in a Cell? That's just the one, I think, right?
That's just the one. And I got one for Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door. So let's keep scrolling. We go through that. We got Slammiversary with, I'll admit, it's a bit of a weak main event. I'm not that interested in Eric Young versus Alexander. It'll be good, but that doesn't scream like awesome or anything to me. But anyway, moving on.
Right.
Forbidden Door, here we go. So we scroll down to that. I mean, we got nothing for Slammiversary yet. We'll get there. We already got one house show. So we'll get there. There. We like to make matches like the kind of the fun idea matches from those. So we'll get there for that. Don't worry. But Forbidden Door, we do have, as mentioned, and we talked about this on War Room a fair bit, a non-title match with our world champion, the FPL #1 guy, CJ Hawk, versus the FGP Phoenix champion, Mad Cat. Non-title, obviously, both pelts. And that's it. Now, we did say specifically the rest of this card will be announced really as we get to it, simply because some of these guys, they might show interest, but they might not show, which is regretful if it happens, but we literally don't know them, so we're aware of that possibility. We also don't want to book stuff too far in advance, simply because it's part of that spur-of-the-moment stuff. But I do have a match, and you have a match, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so we do have some because some of these guys are reliable from people that are with the FPL, so they work some stuff out. So, I've got a match to announce. It is RGX. He will face somebody called Cedar Tiger. I don't know who that is. That's the point. It's a cool name, though. It's a good wrestling name.
I know who that is.
You know who that is? You're familiar? Okay.
Yeah. I'm in a league with that person, so yeah.
Oh, okay. How do you think RGX will do against him? Our RGX, remember? Yeah.
That's a good question. I think I faced Cedar at one of these shows, and I think they beat me. Or maybe I beat them. I can't remember. I know that we faced off.
Okay.
So, Um, I'm. I mean, we're doing FPL in the trenches, so kind of rooting for the FPL guy.
I'm
So, I mean,
absolutely rooting for the FBL guy. You better believe it.
so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but we'll see. It won't be an easy match for Richie.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I don't want anything easy. I can say that for whatever my opponent ends up being, which is still undecided. We're working on that. But what have you got for Forbidden Door, BeerMe?
I have two people who just don't like each other, kayfabe wise. I have James Black
Yep.
and a mystery partner. We'll be taking on Dion Blade and a mystery partner. So
Okay, so there's some history there with Black and Blade, which, like, that's some Antidote La Familia history there. And they're bringing in outsiders to help fight the fight. Okay, that's not bad. We can work with that. That's going to be interesting, definitely. I don't know who to root for because they're both FPL representatives. So it's just a matter of who gets the stronger partner, I guess.
yeah,
I guess we'll see. Well, that one, we'll save that for when we get closer to it, for who we think is going to win that, because that's a weird way to look at it. But I know Dion is in other places. I'm not familiar with Black if he's in other leagues, but Dion is. So this could be Dion waving a different flag. And if so, I will not pick him. So
right.
there's that. So so we'll see what happens with that one. Do you have any other matches, though, or is that it for that one?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. So we're good there. And you know what? We're coming close on a half hour already. That's what these are going to become in the next little bit, as there's going to be a lot to talk about. But we'll leave it there because we got to get out of here. We got to get this one done and then get ready for the next one next week and next, and it's going to be nuts. But we are absolutely looking forward to Clash at the Castle because of the Brits. And I don't mean that for just the tag team, the Brits. I mean, any of our Europeans, especially guys who hail from England. Character-wise, particularly, like, we want to showcase that. We want to go nuts with that. So, yeah, if you actually do hail from that or have character stuff you want to incorporate in that, let us know, because that is your homecoming. Believe me, when we have a Canada pay-per-view, I'm going to go nuts. So this is your turn, guys. This is the Europeans' turn, specifically for the Brits. The Welsh. I don't know if we have any Welsh characters, now that I think about it, but we'll make it work. We'll figure stuff out with this, and it should be a lot of fun as we go across the pond. First international show. We've only had FPL shows in the States, BeerMe, and even like the last year or so of the JRPL was in the States. So we're finally getting an international show for the FPL. This should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. So
Yeah, definitely.
I guess, there's Forbidden Door, but that's still in Chicago. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We're working toward it. So, but yeah, that's it. We're gonna leave it there. Anything else you want to say to everybody, BeerMe?
Not really. Everybody just have a good weekend, because after this weekend, it's going to be showtime for like the next month and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's going to be very busy, very fun. Do make sure you get your picks in, because things are going to be moving and moving and moving. There will be multiple shows with picks pages up at the same time. If you're in our Discord, they're always pinged with everybody, or everyone. I forgot how it works, but everybody gets notified for it. So if anything, bookmark it, keep it in mind. Please also keep in mind, if you do resubmit, you can. We'll always use the most recent one, but just don't do it a lot, because it clogs things up and it makes it a bit unwieldy, just out of courtesy. We don't want anybody to miss it, though, so I get it. You want to put it right away. Just be mindful of it. We put it up in our last trenches. We talked a lot about that as well. About an hour on that one, and it was the last part of that hour-long one, so if you go to that part. But we'll, again, leave it there for this time. We'll talk more next week about the actual picks and stuff like that. But this has been Scott and BeerMe for Top of the Card. No, it isn't. I almost got through it, BeerMe. I almost did. I was all happy. It was going to be a good closing, and then I did that. And this is on camera, too, so people can see me go, ah. So whenever I do that on the podcast, they don't get to see it. But they get to see me see it. They go, frick. This is the Frontline Prediction League. This is Frontline League on Twitter. Top of the Card is a podcast. I have to add an episode from last night with stuff about Sasha Banks and Naomi. So you want to keep an eye out for that when it comes up. But that's over there on Spotify and on Apple and iTunes. This is on YouTube. This is here on YouTube. This is on Twitter. This is in our Discord. Like, favorite, subscribe. Come in, sign up, do all that fun stuff. And hopefully, let's all wish BeerMe luck that the allergy season does not kick his ass coming up. And it's good to go for next time. How about that? Thanks again, everybody.
That would be sweet.
That'd be sweet. Have a good night, everyone.